Hi guys, welcome to this module on Microsoft Visio. We're going to look at a basic diagram, and what I've got here is the basic shape stencil active. Now to move a shape onto the paper, you simply just drag and drop, and then it is positioned wherever you let go. You can see guiding lines as you move things closer to another shape, so it's quite easy to line things up. I'm just going to bring a few shapes on, and then we'll look at formatting some of these shapes. So first of all, each shape that comes onto the screen has a text box on it, so you can type, and as soon as you do type, the screen zooms up. When you click away, it'll zoom back down again. Now I've clicked on that square shape and typed the word test1. Now, as with all things, you may want to move that text around, so it's quite simple to do that in Visio. This group on the ribbon, paragraph, gives you alignment options, so I can move that text to the top left corner if I want. It also allows me to do tabs, so I've created a tab there, and if I just double click back on it again, when I press enter, I'll get another tab, type test 2, and then test 3, and so on. Now, if I click onto this one, there are other formatting options that you can use. If they're not sitting on this little group, you can go into this drop down arrow there and get into the text feature. So this allows you to change fonts. You've got that option up there, so you don't really need to come into here for this. Character spacing, paragraph, we've just done that from the ribbon, but you've got the options there. You can indent text, you can do spacing before and after, that's paragraph spacing before and after. And you've got the ability to move the text block, which is where the text is. So what actually is happening here is there is a shape, and then on top of the shape, which is glued to it at the moment, is a text box. That's why you can type. You can set tabs, so the default tabs are at 15 millimeters. So if I put one at 50 millimeters and then add, you just go through that process, and 100 millimeters, add, and then you would have your tab sets. You've got different bullet options, which you've also got the basic one from the ribbon. You can set any of these into your box. Let's put that to the top. So type Steve, press enter, Dave, press enter, and so on. Now to connect shapes, we have tools. By default, the pointer tool is active, which basically allows you to just click onto shapes and move things around. If you want to connect shapes in using these features, you click on the connector tool, and when you hover over a shape, you get these connecting points. So I'm just going to move from one shape to another. You see, as I get to the shape, the connecting points become active, and then this is snapping round to the relevant one. Now there are two types of connection. I'll just go to this one. There are shape to shape connections and point to point. So that was a point to point, and if I just take this connector tool off and put the pointer tool back on, if I move this around, that is always going to be connecting to the top corner of this triangle, because that's what I set it as. Now if I delete that connector tool and try and do a shape to shape connector, so I'll click back on the connector, I'm going, we'll go from the bottom again, but this time I'm waiting until the whole shape is, it says glue to shape there, look, I'll let go, take the pointer tool back on, I'll click it back on. Now if I move this around, the connector is changing location. So I initially set that to connect to the top left corner of this triangle, and as I move this triangle around, it is changing the connecting point, because it's the shape that is connected, not the point. It's quite hard to get your head around that initially, but that is what's happening. If I just delete that and just talk a little bit about the connecting line. When you click the connecting tool on, you do your connection, and then the connecting tool is still on. It doesn't automatically click off. You have to physically go and click back onto the pointer tool to deselect that. I can type on that line if I wanted to, give some instructions, but I must have that on, otherwise you'll be clicking these on everywhere, leaving little lines sometimes hidden behind things. It's quite frustrating. Make sure you click that off. Now if I just do undo a little bit to get rid of those extra lines and put my pointer tool back on, below that connecting tool you've got a text box. Click on that, it just allows you to draw a text box which you can type in. So this is an independent text box, and again you click that off, back onto the pointer tool, and at the moment it's highlighted, nothing there, but if I click back on it, there it is. You can go and fill that in as you can with all of these boxes. Pick a colour and you can change the line colour, you can change the line thickness. So this is pretty standard Microsoft stuff, and you can do dashed lines and things like that. Now what I've recreated there basically is one of these rectangles, so I could have started from that point rather than drawing one myself. Now on a text box, you've still got the functionality of moving stuff by clicking these options in the paragraph block. If I click on the connected tool, let's see what happens here. So I've clicked nothing, there's no pointers or no connecting points on that. Like there's a connecting point. There is not a connecting point, or not a visual one. It has actually glued into that position, but it doesn't do the same as these boxes do when you get a connecting line and showing you where you can connect to. There is also the ability to draw a rectangle. So there's a rectangle. I'll click off that, just put that back onto the pointer tool. Now if I get the connector again, let's see what happens here. Go from the circle, it's doing the same sort of thing. If I move that across, it's connected to wherever I put that. Now when you first draw a rectangle, there aren't any visible connecting points, but you can actually add your own connection points using this little tool. If I click on this, I need to hold my control key down, and then I can place, by clicking, different connecting points along a shape like so. That might be useful if you've got a diagram where multiple things need to connect. So there, I can go from there. So they all need to connect to this rectangle at the bottom that I've created. So that's how you connect or add additional connection points. Now on this one, I just want to look at some of the formatting tools. So position, I'm going to go flip horizontal. So these two are now touching each other. And then I want to group these together, so I'm going to hold my shift key. So I've selected both of those, and then I've got the group option up here, but I could have right clicked and grouped it. So group, and that becomes a single shape which I can move and format if I wish. So that's how you group shapes. Now I'm just going to do Control A to select all of these, because this is getting a bit cluttered, and delete all those off. I'm going to bring myself a square back on, and then I'm just going to look at some of the fill options. So you have fill options from here, normal colours, and then this fill option, which brings this format shape pane onto the screen. So if I just close that, I'll show you that how that works. Fill options. So then this appears. So you've got the same things that you would normally see in other Microsoft programs, things like gradient stops. If I just pull a few of these off, in fact I'll pull them all off and start again with this, just pull them all off. So if I click there, change the colour to dark blue, do another gradient stop, change it to red, and then one more, change it to yellow, so you can see how that works. So you get a nice colourful shape. You've got pattern fill as well there if you wanted to do that, or just a solid fill. So these are all different options that you can use to colour your shapes if you so wish. So that is some of the basic things you can do on a Visio diagram. The best way to learn Visio is to use the basic diagram, play around with it, get used to the tools. This part at the top here, flicking between the pointer and the connector tool, making sure you're not duplicating text tools. That's the best way to learn it. There is one other thing I want to mention. I've just reminded myself there. When you do type on a shape, so I've typed my name there is a feature where you can move that text block. So you've got the option of putting it top left, the text block, but you can also move it. If I click on this tool, and then this will allow me to move the actual text outside of the shape like that. I'm going to put it back to the pointer tool. So there's Steve. I've moved him outside of the text to make it bold so it stands up. Change the colour a bit, red. Okay, so it's still part of that box, but it's outside of the box because you've moved the text block slightly off the actual shape. And that's the end of this little module. Thank you for your time.